by Tony Coca. Tony's in his 5th season as the head coach. They come into the ball game undefeated, 3-0 on the year. They are 2-0 in the East Penn Conference. They will take on the Central Catholic Vikings. They too are 2-0 in the league. They are 3-0 overall. Their head coach, Jim Morgans, has been the head coach for 8 seasons. Hello, everybody. I'm Gary Labach along with Dick Tracy. There are some dark clouds hanging over Allentown School District Stadium tonight, and there are some very heavy emotional clouds hanging over here too. Last evening, a Whitehall senior cheerleader, Eve Franco, was killed in a car accident, and Dick has put a tremendous paw over this stadium tonight, and I think it's going to be very difficult for everybody to get involved in this football game.
Yeah, it's quite evident with the kids. I mean, we had the cheerleaders out there in front of us. We see what they're going through. I talked to Tony as they got off the bus, and he said it's been tough on the kids. It's a family type thing, and you know, small school, Gary, and kids hang together, and boy, that's a big blow.
The Whitehall Football Club has asked us to express their sympathies to the family. We here at RCN4 Sports also express our sympathies to the family of Eve Franco. We're going to have to play football here tonight as the rain clouds are overhead. It has poured here in the last 15 minutes. It has stopped at the moment, and it is a big football game, although it's paled in comparison to the other events that have occurred in the last 24 hours. But let's talk football. Dick, Whitehall comes into the ball game. They have been tested once by Deeriff, a game they won last week in overtime. Central Catholic has not really been tested this year yet, as they've won rather easily over Phelps, over Emmaus, and over Allen. So they're going to get their first real test.
And Jimmy Morgans thought that was a pretty big factor. You know, the fact that he really hasn't been tested. He hasn't had to do this, hasn't had to do that. You know, just played well enough and really pulverized the opponent, but he really didn't have the opponent to go against a quality team, and now to go against it with so much at stake, that's a tough job too.
Dick, what you have to like about this Whitehall football team is their ability to play balanced football. They pass the ball well, they run the ball well. They're 6th in the league in offense, getting about 250 yards a game, and they center their running attack around James Freeman. He's a good one.
Yeah, Tony is very happy. In fact, he talks about a stable of backs. They have a little goal line offense that they run and utilize Peters, who otherwise would be in the backfield. They want to open it up tonight. That's the whole idea. Just as Central has not had to come out with all their ammunition, Whitehall has really held the passing attack back. Hudak, in fact, he's one of the top 10 rushers in the league, and he is known more as the passing quarterback.
And what a passer he has been. As Dick said, they haven't passed all that much, but Hudak is completing 69% of his passes, as he is 20 for 29 on the season, 4 touchdowns, and Dick mentioned his rushing, 7.3 yards per carry. He has 4 rushing touchdowns, 4 passing touchdowns, and he's got a really good receiver in Mike Peters.
Oh, Mike Peters is a load. You know, he's big and he's mobile at the same time, and he's so versatile, Gary. Cornerback, plays some safety, plays tailback in the goal line offense. Yeah, a real fine. Mike Peters has been around a long while. Reminds me a lot of Johnny Moyer last year without Johnny's bulk.
The real key to this football team, though, is their defense. They are number 1 in the league in defense, and I think it's kind of a miraculous number when you think that they're only giving up 129 yards a game.
Yeah, and think when they're coming off that performance by Riddick last week, you know, in defense, other than Riddick's one great run, we're able to defense him in the second half and in overtime, giving them 6 cracks at the goal line when it really counted.
And I guess the highlight of that defense has to be their linebackers. With Pattishaw and Walters and Barchak, it's really difficult to run against this team.
Yeah, and one other luxury, he can take Copen and he can put him on either side. You know, second half last week he lined him up against Glass, you know, and certainly a 315-pound all-everything kid is a quality opponent too.
At the time we talked to head coach Tony Coca, it was absolutely teeming with rain here at Allentown School District Stadium. So we asked him what the weather conditions would mean to his football team. This is what he told us.
I think that the rain will probably benefit our passing attack because, you know, when you're throwing the ball, we know where we're going. Our receivers know where they're going to go, and the defense has to more or less sit back on the heel. So in some aspects, the rain is an advantage to a team that passes and not so much to the team that runs.
The Whitehall defense will certainly be tested tonight by the Central Catholic offense. They are averaging 44.6 points per game. That's number 1 in the league. They are getting 376 yards per game. That is 2nd in the league. Dick, I don't think there's a more explosive football team anywhere in the Lehigh Valley.
No, and again, realize that they have not had to really strut their stuff, and they have an awful lot of weapons. We're going to see Lonergan, and he is a quality performer, great speed, you know, great cutting ability. He's a threat. But I think the real threat is Seneca. We have not seen the Matt Seneca credentials that you and I know about. This kid is an athlete.
Yeah, he hasn't thrown the ball much at all. He's completing 46% of his passes. He is getting 8.6 yards per carry. Larnigan is up at 9.2 yards per carry. Seneca has thrown for 4 touchdowns, and he has thrown 1 interception. And there's always that other guy in the Central Catholic offense. This year, it's Jeff Germani.
Oh, yeah, well, they too are the stable. You know, they can bring couples in. Eisenhart has been playing some fullback once again. So they too have a stable that they can go to. And tonight, you know, on this type of turf, you just might find that mutter.
And Dick, their defense is as solid as you can be too. They're number 2 in the league, giving up just a little bit over 200 yards per game. They gave up 20 points, however, last week, but I don't know how meaningful that is. They scored 49.
Yeah, I talked to 3 coaches, guys who I really respect their opinion, and they said Central will hit harder, ferociously, on defense. He said they're not as quick up front as they used to be, you know, with the linebackers and so on. He said, but they are ferocious hitters.
And those ferocious hitters are led by Drew Gallagher as the defensive lineman, Johnny Couples at linebacker, and Scott Luty at linebacker. They are solid football players. It'll be tough for Whitehall to move the football here tonight. We had a chance to talk to Jim Morgans, too. We asked him if he saw the Duriff-Whitehall game last week, whether he learned anything, whether it had anything to do with his game plan for tonight. And this is what Jim told us.
The answer to that question is not really. You know, we're just going to try to establish, you know, what we do best and try to take care of the football. You know, not have any stupid turnovers, or you know, try to keep our penalties down to a minimum, and you know, try to seek some balance in our offense.
Amidst the rather somber environment tonight, we've got a big East Penn Conference football game for you. We've got kickoff, Whitehall against Central Catholic, coming your way right after this timeout. Line where Whitehall will put it in play 1st and 10. Phil Rabitz in on the tackle. Richard, the offensive backfield for the Zeps.
At the controls, senior quarterback Chris Hudak, number 7. Jimmy Freeman, diminutive tailback. Fullback is Bobby Walters. Pro-back Chad Schwenk, doing a lot of scoring and kicking this year. Wide receiver Mike Peters, and the tight end is Chris Check.
And Paul Plattenberg is with us in the booth tonight, as he was this afternoon, so he'll be doing the spotting for us. He does a terrific job. Out wide to the right side, Chad Schwenk. He is what they call their pro-back. They're going to give the ball to their tailback, and that is James Freeman, as Freeman gets the ball out over the 30 to about the 31. Casey Williams is there to make the tackle. Dick, the offensive line.
The leaders of that Jimmy Freeman charge, center Chris Pelt, number 79, Joe Reichel, Josh Kuchera at the guards, Dan Copen, Aaron Schott. They really like both tackles.
Gain of a yard on the play, brings up a 2nd and 9. The ball on the 31-yard line. The up back is Rob Walters. He is a good fullback, good blocker, tough defensive player. Freeman again, oh my, he gets smacked that time by Cumlin Lonergan. Lonergan came up to really meet along with Dominic Cardine, as he really did take on James Freeman, and the gain maybe a yard, if that.
No, Gary, I think it's important to note here that with Seneca playing defensive back, and he's in there steadily this year, he's a roamer, like a center fielder, such great size and anticipation that some of those corners can gamble a little bit. Here are those gamblers. John Couple, Scott Luty, Dominic Cardine at the linebackers. The corners are halves, Mike Wukic and Carmen Lonigan, and you have Seneca leading the charge from the safety.
Passing situation for Hudak. He's going to drop back, straight drop back, 5-step drop back, throws the ball. It's almost picked off by Seneca. Pass was intended for Mike Peters. Seneca was there to break it up and almost come up with an interception. The pass falls incomplete, and Whitehall is going to have to give the ball over to Central as they go 3 and out. And we're going to show you that defensive line did such a great job here in the first series as Whitehall prepares to punt the ball away.
That front certainly excelled in the first sequence. Casey Williams, defensive lineman. He plays the end, number 90. Ed Strauss, 62. Drew Gallagher, 51. And J.C. Greaves, number 74.
And Bolts is ready to punt it away. You get a look at Luke as he will punt it to Lonergan. So a dangerous punt returner. Bolts, 5'11", 185-pound senior. Lonergan, 5'10", 190, and a senior. It's a pretty good snap, a little high, and it's a good punt. Lonergan will try to go get it, but he won't. They kick away from him. This is going to be a great punt till it's all said and done, as this ball will be whistled dead at about the 25-yard line. So that will be a 44-yard kick.
When you're back there with that single safety, Gary, 2 things you note immediately. Number 1, Central could be going after it. And number 2, if you don't kick it directly, a lot of room for it to roll.
They're going to place it at the 26, 1st and 10. Dick, the
Get a look
central
at the
backfield.
Whitehall offense. It's Seneca. We've seen him so often, so long. John Couples at the fullback. There's Lonergan, the halfback, the running back. Germani, they tell me, is doing a good job. Split end Mike Wookich.
He comes out. That's who I was going to mention, Dick. He comes out wide to the left side as Central has the ball for the first time, and the handoff goes to John Couples. And Couples gets swarmed under, but not before he picks up some 2 or 3 yards. Mike Peters there to make the hit, along with Justin Pattishaw.
Like two contenders going at it, Gary. They're feeling each other out to begin with. Nate Wark over the ball. Eddie Strauss, Drew Gallagher, Josh Albeck, a big one. Right tackle, and J.C. Greaves, again, number 74, two-way performer for the Vikings.
The gain of 3 puts the ball up to the 29-yard line, where Central has a 2nd and 7. In motion, Lonergan.
Here comes outside.
And the handoff goes to Germani. Germani is going to get pretty good yardage and may have a first down. As Germani gets out over the 35, out to about the 37, as Adam Scrappitz is there to make the hit.
Taking a look, the Zephyrs will defend in the secondary. You have Pattishaw, Walters, Bartzak at the linebacker. Peters, Demian on the corners. Safety Adam Scrappitz, strong safety Todd Troxel.
Gain of 9 yards on the play gives Central their first down of the game. As you get a look at the replay in slow motion, good leg drive by Germani, 5'9", 185-pound junior. Germani in motion this time. Let's see if Lonergan touches it for the first time. He does. He almost breaks that one very quick to hit the line of scrimmage. He'll get a couple of yards before Pattishaw and Walters are there to hit him.
Last 2 plays, counter plays for the Vikings, going to the angle. Up front for the Zephyrs in their 4-man front, Aaron Schock, John Kwiatkowski, Dan Copen, and Chris Pelk.
Well, there's news, huh, Dick? Counter plays by Central.
Yeah.
Man, that's almost redundant. The ball on the 40-yard line, 2nd and 8. Wookich will come out wide to the left side. At tight end is Casey Williams. He's a big kid, 6'1", 225. He wears number 90. He's a junior. Back to throw. Seneca looking. He's going to get rushed, but he'll stay on his feet. Seneca tough to bring down. Seneca again walks out of a tackle as it was Todd Troxel that tried to hit him and may have very well knocked him out of bounds. Pattishaw there to help. But Seneca is going to be very close to a first down. It depends where they mark it. He'll be just shy. They're going to mark it at the 46-yard line, so we'll give him 6. And in fact, we'll give him 7, and they're going to be a yard shy.
Play action pass. Seneca on his first, was going to be his first attempt, simply stepped out of the tackle. You get a look at his athleticism here. They're going to measure, girl.
So he is that close to the first down. So Dick, Central runs the ball 4 times. First time Couple, second time Germani, third time Lonergan, fourth time Seneca. Who's next?
That's what we call a stable. Casey Williams on a round, end around. Or Wookich on a wide end around.
And they are going to be shy of a first down by almost 2 yards, Dick. That's one of the worst measurements of the year.
Well, see, it's that slope, that crown in the middle of the field, Gary. The officials couldn't see over it.
I thought it was about a 6-yard gain, and I'm going to only give Seneca 6. This is going to bring up a 3rd and 2 as the ball is going to be on the 46-yard line. And nice to hear Dick being sympathetic to the officials, as he always was.
That was cynicism.
Well, they sound alike.
Looking for Buddy Herbie Welsh. Gary, they said he had a leg operation. I don't know if he's back in full tow yet. They might have chalked him out of this one.
And you may be right. I don't see Herbie down there either. He was listed as doing this game. There's the oh my, what a stick. Pretty good second effort. As coming up to make the hit on Lonergan is Rob Walters. And Dick, we heard the pads that time. Whitehall better be a little careful, though. Central may not be willing to kick. No gain on the play.
This is called a linebacker stepping into the hole. Walters missed a lot of time last year with a shoulder injury, and he stuffed him, and they're going to be forced to punt.
So a good defensive stand by Whitehall, and that will force Seneca to punt the ball away. Joel Caesar is back for Whitehall. Seneca gets off a good punt. Caesar will collect it at the 18, fumble the ball. Whitehall's going to fall on it, so they get a break. As a couple of Central guys bearing down on the football didn't get to it. And Whitehall comes up with it as Mike Peters makes the recovery. The punt, 35 yards.
Sophomore Joel Caesar back there, Gary. cradles it, but it hits off the pads. Fortunately for the Zeffs, recovered. Liken this into a, one of those heavyweight bouts. Big punches haven't been thrown. They're gonna, let you make the mistake. Just spar a little bit.
Been a couple of pretty good licks already in the ball game. We see Robbie Walters coming off to get a little bit of a break from his linebacker position, although he does do double duty. And right now they're going to go with a lone setback and 4 wideouts as James Freeman is the only guy back there. Hudak will bark the signals. First and 10 from the 21. 3-step drop, quick out as they throw the ball to Schwank. He turns it upfield. Schwank's going to get knocked out of bounds. We'll see where they mark it. They're going to mark it about the 28-yard line. As Central Catholic's Mike Wookich in on the tackle. And this is going to be a pickup of about 7.
More and more schools at every level are going to this pattern, Gary. It's a little cross between the slant man, the slot man, and the wide man. Get a little pick there. Sometimes say it's illegal. You catch him in a man, you're going to pick that man. You catch him in a zone, they're going to be playing off. Good offensive pattern.
2nd and 3 from the 28-yard line. Again, it's Freeman by himself. He'll get the ball, go right up the middle. He's going to get that stuffed up as the whole center of that Central defensive line is there to meet him. And Freeman will probably get a yard at the most if they put the ball up to the 29. And Whitehall is going to be looking at a 3rd down. And in fact, they're going to give him a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd and 1.
When you run that one-back offense, really, the interior line can play D and key on the ball carrier. But if they break that seam, going to get some good action from those 3 wideouts.
So a couple of 3rd down and shorts here early in the game. Central didn't make it. Let's see what Whitehall does.
4 wide receivers.
Hudak, he's going to pitch. No, he's not. He's going to step up and get the 1st down. So all he was looking for, Dick, was a little crack there, and he got the crack. Is Lonergan, or no, it's Casey Williams that makes that tackle.
I actually thought he'd go with a sneak, Gary. Boy, good midstream decision there.
As he picks up a couple of yards, good enough for the 1st down of the game by Whitehall. Their 4th play of the drive, the ball on the 32.
The reason I said maybe sneak, because Central was in an even defense and it was open over the middle.
Peters wide, Schwank in the slot on the other side. And they've got 2 men wide in the slot that way. They're going to go this time to the other side. As the ball is caught by Caesar, the 5'8", 160-pound sophomore makes the catch. Seneca and Cardine are there to make the tackle.
See it here. Could be an automatic. I don't know. It's using this one-back offense now for the last 5 plays. Little ISO play, just let him do his thing.
Gain of 6. Second and 4. How about another look?
There's the quick release.
Ball on the 38-yard line. So Whitehall in a pro set. Only Freeman behind the quarterback, Hudak. Hudak back to throw. Good protection. Then he throws a beauty. Is this one right out to Chad Schwank? Schwank makes a nice, easy catch of it as Lonergan is there to hit him along with Cardine. As the gain is all the way up to the 49-yard line. A gain of 11, Richard.
Schwank has been a quarterback, Gary. And I think the hands tell the story here. He looks this one in nicely. That was a beautiful cradle.
What does a receiver love to see a pass come right that way? Is that ball just right where his hands are? Dick said he cradled the football. It was easy. 1st and 10. Second 1st down of the drive by Whitehall. Clock is reading 5:20. 1st period, no score. From the 49 of Whitehall. Again, Hudak. Here comes the blitz. Hudak's going to go long. Downfield, he's got a man just over the outstretched hands of Adam Scrappitz. Scrappitz reached out, couldn't get to it. Jeff Germani there with the coverage.
He lofted this one. This is strictly looking one way. Scrappitz all the way. Throws it cross field, a long spiral. A little bit too far. Rather long than short.
Just a little fake into the hole and let one loose. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 from the 49. A good time for a draw play. Nope. I think they were looking for the shuffle pass or something quick. Central Catholic comes up with the sack as Hudak is dropped by Drew Gallagher as all the way back to the 41-yard line. That's a loss of 8.
Yeah, straight drop back doesn't help there, Gary. Central loaded at least 9 men in the box. Look at this yardage. Whoa.
So now Whitehall faced with a very serious third down as they're looking at third, and they have to get the ball all the way up to the 41-yard line, so 3rd and 18. Hudak, again, good protection, steps up in the pocket and fires. Oh, what a beautiful pass and catch. Chad Schwank caught that ball over the middle, knew he was going to get stuck. He got stuck by Seneca and Cardine, but not before he gets up to the 36-yard line, 23 yards and a first down.
Tony Coca said, I'm going to open it up a little bit, and in this entire drive, they've gone to this one-back offense, and Schwank has certainly been prime time. A lot of catching on cross patterns.
Boy, that's as pretty a pass play as you can have in a football game. Right over the middle, a lot of green shirts, but the ball went right into the hands of Chad Schwank. 1st and 10 for the Zephyrs. Freeman trying to go outside, he can't do it. Good job defensively by Scott Ludy, number 80, 6'2", 210, and a junior.
I tell you, Central is really, really looking good against the run. Forcing, you'll see it here, just about gets his handoff. Freeman, no room at all.
How good have they been against the run? 6 plays, minus 4 yards. 2nd and 12 on a loss of 2 as the ball back at the 38-yard line. And Hudak will go from the shotgun. This time he's got 5 wideouts. I think they're playing like the 49ers. Beautiful pass right down into the hands of Caesar. Caesar could go. Caesar will get dropped. Penalty flag is down, and it might be a face mask as Seneca is there to make the tackle, but not before Joel Caesar, the sophomore, catches the ball, takes it down to about the 2-yard line, and Richard, a 36-yard gain.
Huskies Zephyrs take a chance on this one, Gary. They know they're going to be blitzed. There's no one in the backfield to protect. Watch it. Good, quick drop back by, even off the shotgun, you get Hudak going, so he just aims it straight down the middle. And as you said, 5 receivers, there's enough to pick one out. Look at it coming back this way.
Yeah, the penalty is against Whitehall on a clip. The gain down to the 5-yard line, so a 33-yard pass play, and then they're going to take a clip penalty against Whitehall. That one really hurts. And that'll be the first penalty of the game against Whitehall, and it'll be a 15-yarder. So it should bring the ball back to the 20. That's exactly what it does. 1st and 10 for Whitehall as they got their 4th first down on that pass. So Dick, a little good news, bad news. They get the big gain to the 5. They lose 15, but it's still first down.
Yeah. You know, when the Zephyrs go to this one-back or even no-back offense, Gary, it puts a lot of speed out there in those wideouts.
Hudak again, straight drop. Hudak looking to find some running room. He won't at 74. James Seagreaves is there to make the hit. He's a big kid, 6'2", 250, a junior. Eric Eisenhardt, how about him, 5'10", 230. Little poundage hitting Hudak that time.
It shows the strength of the Central defense. I mean, we are talking about the 1 and 2 teams defensively in East Penn going at each other, but they can cover the run with their front 4 guard. And what that does, it allows the linebackers to drop deeper in their zone coverage.
Here are the running numbers so far. How about Freeman, 4 carries for 2 yards. Hudak, 3 carries for minus 7 yards. The ball is on the 21-yard line as it's 2nd and 11. Hudak's going to roll right this time, give himself a little more time, flips the ball out, and turning upfield is Caesar again as Couples is there to make the tackle.
Hudak smart to stick with the quick stuff now. Keeps Freeman in to help protect. Gets that little pass, the one which was so successful for Parkland.
This is a 6-yard gain, and we'll bring up a 3rd and 5. The ball on the 15-yard line. Whitehall, of course, has a very fine field goal kicker in Chad Schwank. Clock stopped at 1:51. That was Whitehall's 12th play of this drive.
Everybody up to the right.
Hudak's going down. As coming in to make the stick, number 33, Dominic Cardine, along with Casey Williams, number 90. Hudak is thrown for a loss. Back at the 23 or 24-yard line. We'll call it the 23. That's a loss of 8.
And what you saw for the interior, that was the entire team. They had 11 men up. No way they're going to let Hudak get that one off.
So it's going to be Chad Schwank in to kick the field goal. It will be a 41-yarder. Holding for Whitehall is Adam Scrappitz. It's down. The kick is certainly long enough, but it is wide to the right side. Wide to the right side as we get a very, very good angle as we have our end zone camera. In fact, we'll show it to you one more time.
Schwank has 2 field goals this year. Of course, the latest one beating Diruff in overtime. This one sails wide to the right after having the length.
That was a 41-yard missed field goal by Chad Schwank. In high school ball, it doesn't hurt you when you do that as the ball comes out to the 20-yard line where Central will put it in play 1st and 10. Boy, one thing Whitehall has done, Dick, is they've kept the ball away from the Vikings.
Yeah, and the other thing is a quick timeout. Did not have a full contingent.
Who called that timeout?
That's Whitehall.
Okay.
They didn't have 11 men out there in defense, Gary.
First timeout of the game. We're going to call timeout, too. We have no score. 1:12 to go. First period.
Blocking schemes. They took a linebacker and put him down and actually changed their defense. I think it was Walters who went down to the 4-point stance.
Gain of 1 yard. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 9. As we're now inside a minute of the first period, winding down to 40 seconds. Getting back onside, so no flag. Seneca rolling, looking, running, and boy, he fights off a number of tackles. How did he get away? Seneca's still on his feet. Max Seneca could go. Oh my! To the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Max Seneca will go 79 yards for the touchdown. Oh my, what a run.
Is that a hanky on the 44?
Yes. Yes. They're going to bring it back. Dick, how strong is he? 6'3", 215. He ran out of about 7 tacklers.
Well, Copeland comes across at the early part of the play and actually forces them inside. And you say, where's the support? And I think, Gary, I'm not sure, but I think the Zepps just relaxed for an instant.
Central's walking back, so the penalty certainly is going to be against them. Seneca will get credit for the run up to the point of the foul. There it is, a clip, and take another look and see if he can find it.
Now watch Copeland. Copeland takes an out angle and forces them in. There you get the force in. Boy, there are several missed tackles and a great deal of desire by Seneca. And at this point, there shouldn't be a penalty, Gary. That's an escort going down.
So it will be a first down. That is the second penalty for 30 yards against Central. That one really hurts because it turns out to be, let's see, just about a 59-yard penalty. And Seneca has an escort, but there had already been a clip from the 41-yard line. 1st and 10. As you get another look at Seneca, and look how many people he bounces off of, runs out of. And while we were away, you see a dusting of penalty flags all over the place.
Boy, the bad thing for the Vikes, Gary, that the penalty was totally unnecessary. He was way downfield already.
How about back-to-back penalties? Here's another 5-yarder. We'll set him back to the 36 and is going to bring up a 1st and 15. Whitehall is wearing black tape, as you notice, on their helmets in honor of Eve Franco. As they all have the W covered.
Oh, again.
Central again, and Matt Seneca doing a little chastising himself. Another 5-yard penalty. So that's 3 penalties in a row. One costs him a touchdown, and there's another movement along the line of scrimmage as it's number 62, Ed Strauss, who leans
right
forward.
Side of the line. That's 3 in a row.
So now, 1st and 20 from the 31. So the joy and exuberance of a touchdown all of a sudden turns into a 1st and 20. Lonergan has the ball. Lonergan out over the 35. Let's see if that's where they mark it, right at the 35. They will pick up 4, tackled by Dave Souders, number 41.
Again, Central coming with that sequence, Gary, of the counter as the quarter runs out.
That is the end of the first period of football, and we have no score. Both teams have threatened. The penalty hurt one, the penalty hurt the other. Come on back for second quarter action.
From the time he was a boy, David dreamed of greatness.
How much are you prepared to give to your music, David?
Everything.
I won't let anyone destroy this family.
But when luck...
Our oil company is with us tonight. They've been serving the Lehigh Valley for the past 50 years. They specialize in oil heating installation, and they are an authorized EFM dealer. If your tank's low on oil, call Apgar Oil Company for same-day delivery. Oil tank need replacement? Let Apgar's expert technicians help you. Apgar Oil Company has a free estimate policy and a variety of payment plans to fit any budget. 12 minutes we have played. 12 more minutes we will play in the first half, as Central is going to be looking at a 2nd and 16 to start the quarter as they have the football.
Central packs the gear to be able to use those time-consuming drives, Gary. You know, the long ones and just knock it down your throat. Up to now, Whitehall has been handling the offensive running thrust pretty well. I think Seneca is going to become a more dominant force as this game waves on, either with the option or simply tucking the ball away from passing situations.
Dick, it was Whitehall that put together a 14-play drive. They didn't get anything out of it, but they certainly kept the ball away from the high-powered Central offense, averaging over 44 points a game.
And they did it when they went to the passing offense, the spread offense.
Seneca, the leading ball carrier in the game, 2 carries for 39 yards. And here we go, 2nd and 16. Seneca turns, going to get a little inside handoff to Lonergan. Lonergan is going to pick up another 5 or perhaps 6 yards as he gets the ball up to the 41 or 42-yard line. Tackled on the play by Luke Bolts. We'll give him to the 41, a gain of 6.
And that's the play. I remember Ben Schwartzwalder at Syracuse said that inside reverse to the wingback coming back. That's just like a long pass play. You don't use it that often, so the wing sequence. And when it's there as a surprise element.
So they get the 10 yards back that they were penalized. So now they look at a 3rd and 10 passing situation for Matt. In motion is Germani. Seneca back. Rolling, a little half roll to the right side. Firing, almost intercepted. What a catch. Or is it a catch? Incomplete pass. It's a good defensive play by Adam Scrappins. Looked like Scrappins had a beat on it, Dick, to perhaps intercept it.
Yeah, I think the body of Eisenhard helps get in the way here, actually. They just sent Williams down deep on a straight pattern from the tight end and crossed with the other one.
His body got in my way. I wasn't sure if he caught that ball or not. And he did not as the ball slipped through, and Seneca will punt it away. Deep to receive is Caesar. It is a spiral off the side of the foot a little bit. That's going to be a great punt. Just a great punt for Central, dead at the 10-yard line. How about 49 yards for Seneca?
Such a strong leg. He doesn't even have to spiral him. Just get him up there. But that's twice Caesar's been in tough situations on punts.
So Whitehall is going to have to go a long, long way to score if they do that on this possession, as they're going to start this drive on the 10-yard line. Part of the crowd that's here tonight. At first, it looked like we were going to have a deluge all night long as it poured here at around 6:30. Stopped around 7, and it's been pretty nice since. Handoff, Freeman. Freeman can't step out of the tackle as reaching around and grabbing his ankle, Scott Ludy.
Jimmy Freeman comes in as the 5th leading rusher in the East Penn Conference. 61 carries, 336 yards, 2 DTs, and the Vikings have really pinned him down.
Have they ever? 5 carries, 2 yards. How about the Whitehall rushing attack to this point? As they are a minus 13 yards. Timeout called by Central Catholic. Kind of unusual. We'll see what they want to talk about. We're going to talk up here in the booth. Hey, come back and join us in just a moment. Zephyrs, I guess. Go Zephyrs. Those guys are starting to get a little chilly as the temperature dropping quickly. Hey, if you're looking for a quality used car, stop in the Mike Davis Auto Sales at Shad Avenue and Mickley Road in Whitehall, where you'll be guaranteed an honest and fair price. Mike Davis has everything from compacts to minivans, and most carry warranties. Financing is also available. Make your next used car purchase at Mike Davis Auto Sales, and you won't regret it. Mike Davis Auto Sales is a family-owned business run by Mike and Bonnie Davis since 1983. Dick, I bet when they left the house tonight, they thought that was a good idea.
Yeah, but the guy at the end with the exclamation, but he didn't have enough paint to cover him up and keep him warm. He just had that long line in the dot.
And as we speak, Paul Plattenberg's stripping down a little bit. If they're going to do it, he can do it too. He's just as tough. Off comes the sweater. Of course, on Paul, you could spell out Go Zephyr. Back to throw the ball is Hudak. I shouldn't say that. Paul's lost a lot of weight since last year. Hudak on the run as he fakes the pump and gets the ball out over the 20, out to the 21-yard line. And, Dick, that's good enough for a first down.
Yeah, now both quarterbacks showing their running ability. Seneca was trapped last time and got away for what would have been a touchdown. And here, retreating almost to his own end zone, somehow he gets that corner. Good block there.
First down, number 5 for the Zephyrs. We'll get another look at it. Maybe we can pick up that blocker. Good job. Yeah, it is a pretty good block. Dick, 73 it was for Whitehall. Aaron Schock. The ball on the 21-yard line. Hudak back to throw. He fires. He's got a man open underneath. That's Mike Peters. Peters comes across. He has another first down as Cumlin Lonergan is there along with John Couples, but not before Whitehall gets it up to the 36-yard line, a gain of 15. Gary,
he throws a bullet here. That was really, really on target. Not much trajectory.
First down, number 6. How about Whitehall already, Dick? Over 100 yards passing. They're at 101.
And it's all since they've gone to the spread offense. I mean, you're talking 4 receivers. You know, you can't pick out a prime.
They may have been holding some things back, getting ready for Central Catholic. Handoff Freeman. Ooh, nice call. As that caught Central a little off guard, John Couples makes the tackle. Freeman with his longest run of the evening as Freeman gets the ball up to the 43-yard line, and that's a gain of 7.
Caught him in an even defense, Gary, and you had that simple dive play. And with tailbacks with sprinting ability, just get him at that line.
Whitehall finally in the plus column rushing the football as they're now up to 5 yards rushing. The ball on the 43. Second and 3. Hudak again, out pattern. This one's dropped. Joel Caesar for the first time let one go through his hands. Whitehall receivers have been just about perfect. That was a perfect throw, Richard.
It was. Again, that little cross pattern between the slot man and the wide man. This time wide man goes first, get that little pick, that little screen. And it's really a good against either defense. Zone, if it's zone, they usually back off, and it's man, he gets picked.
May have taken his eyes off that one just a little bit, and that's why he didn't hang on. Hudak's going to have to hurry.
That's Mark Caesar's son, Gary, the official.
And then he certainly not only knows how to play, he knows the rules. Big play for the Zephyrs. They're looking at a 3rd and 3. The ball on the 43. Coming at us, Chad Schwank.
Walters will lead.
Freeman, oh, he gets stood up. Oh my, what a good defensive surge by the Vikes. Lonergan was the guy that drilled him and put him down. Bottom of the pile, I think, was 62 Ed Strauss.
We said in the pregame they are ferocious along that line of scrimmage. Coach Coca chose to go back to the power running offense with 3rd and short, and he had it stuffed, even with the lead back.
Second punt of the game by Whitehall as Luke Bolts is back to punt it away to Cumlin Lonergan. And you don't want to punt the ball to him. You want to punt it away from him. It's high. It's a bit of a shank as the ball will hit and bounce and take a Whitehall bounce and will be whistled dead at the 35-yard line. That is only a 23-yard punt.
Both teams using 10 men in the front on the punting situations, going with a single safety. And when the punter is time, he's able to keep the ball away from him directly.
1st and 10 Central from the 35-yard line. This is only their 3rd possession. Dick, they've only run 10 offensive plays and they've punted twice. That's not typical Central Catholic football. They just haven't been able to possess the ball very much. Here comes a handoff to Lonergan. He'll try the right side. He's got some running room.
Corner.
Tomlin Lonergan almost broke that one as Mike Peters comes up to make the tackle. But Lonergan gets it up to the 45-yard line. That should be very close to a first down. It is a first down. Longest run from scrimmage for a back, other than the quarterback, by Central.
Whitehall strung it out, Gary, and Lonergan just smartly cut it up inside. Peters supported all the way from the other side of the field from his DB spot.
First down number 3 by Central. From the 45-yard line, 1st and 10. Seneca gives the ball to Lonergan again. Dances along the line of scrimmage, dances through the line of scrimmage, and then gets a pretty good hit on him at the 49-yard line as Adam Scrappitz is there to put him down. A pickup of 6. It's going to bring up 2nd and 4.
Catch Lonergan here. There's the straight stuff. Sort of weaves his way. Whitehall went to the 5 that time. Jammed a little bit up the middle. He weaved his way through.
Whitehall secondary, Dick, with 2 fine open field tackles on a tough runner. And that's Lonergan. The last 2 plays, he's picked up 16 yards. Seneca may be changing the play at the line of scrimmage. He'll put in motion Scott Moody. Seneca back to pass, looking, and overthrows the intended receiver, Mike Wokic. He actually had Luddy wide open in the middle of the field. Seneca now 0 for 2.
1 yard rushing on 21 carries.
And now Central's put themselves in a tough spot, 3rd and 4 from the 49. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass, 7:17 to go in the first half. It's a draw play. Lonergan's going nowhere. Whitehall was blitzing, and Rob Walters was the blitzer. And he blitzed right in and put Lonergan down. And Lonergan is dropped back at the 48-yard line, and that is a loss of 3.
Good defense. I think they smelled draw, Gary.
And the wind was blowing in their direction, it'd be a little easier to smell it. As Seneca will punt it away, Joel Caesar is back to receive. It's a beauty.
Oh.
Wow, Seneca really caught that one. All the way back to the 5-yard line. Caesar with a nice run back. He comes up the middle and gets it out close to the 20. For Seneca, a 47-yard punt.
Boy, he has some leg.
Tackle made by Victor Montes. Montes, number 21, a sophomore. The Whitehall will put the ball in play 1st and 10, and they'll mark it at the 19.
Well, credit Caesar. He's not afraid to handle those things alone back there.
And he took care of that.
Lonely.
And again, they go to the pro set, so Robbie Walters not much a part of the offense so far tonight because of this set. Hudak back to throw. Looking. He's going to come up the middle by himself. Hudak with some pretty good running room. He cuts to the outside. He'll go down at around the 39 or 40-yard line. Drew Gallagher is there to make the tackle. And this will be a pickup of 20 yards exactly.
Hudak makes this play when he decides to tuck away early. Now the cutback. You see him veer to his left, and that's where he gets the extra yardage.
Hudak now 6 carries for 16 yards. First down for Whitehall, number 7. As the ball's up to the 39-yard line, 1st and 10 Zephyrs. This formation has really bothered Central. Hudak again. It's a little... Oh, even with the tip of the line of scrimmage, it's caught by Schwank, but then he was left wide open to get smacked, and Tomlin Lonergan came up to do just that.
There's that little cross pattern between the 2 wideouts again.
It is tipped at the line of scrimmage.
This is an old basketball pick, Gary. Get that defense to switch.
Williams is the guy that hit the ball at the line of scrimmage. The gain is a 1-yard gain. What a night so far for Hudak. 8 out of 11 for 102 yards. Ball just over the 40. We'll call it 2nd and a short 9.
Scrappitz and Caesar come out, so they'll go to a power running formation.
And Whitehall will reset Chris Chinick on the left side, and all of a sudden we have a whistle. And this is usually a delay of game penalty, but didn't look like Whitehall took all that long. And I didn't see the call. Let's take another look at it here.
With that offensive formation set, Gary, for some reason I think we were going to see an option coming to the near side.
Dick, that's the first penalty. They'll make it the second penalty against Whitehall for 20 yards. Back at the 35-yard line. Hudak looking, can't find anybody. Almost had a coverage sack. Now he's looking. Now he tries to find somebody. Ball tipped up in the air. He was looking for Schwank. Great coverage in the secondary that time by Central Catholic.
Hudak showing a lot of dexterity back there. Evades Casey Williams. Casey had him hemmed. Fake one way, went the other. Here's the dodge. Now Schwank completes his pattern, so he comes back. Then he crosses over. Pump fake. Defend it.
Boy, and it's starting to pour again here as everybody gets their umbrellas out, as it's 3rd and 13 for Whitehall from the 35, just over the 35-yard line. Hudak, 3-step drop, little pump fake and go. Trying to get the ball out here as it was intended for Adam Scrappitz or perhaps Joel Caesar. And throwing off his back foot, not easy to do. Chris Hudak, coverage by Matt Seneca and Dominic Cardine.
Yeah, throwing across your body from the back foot and cross field. That's tough to throw that fade pattern.
So Whitehall forced to punt for the 3rd time. Their punter, of course, Luke Bolts. And again, it's Cumberland Lonergan who will go back to try to return it. Central that time put the rush on. It's a high punt. Fair catch called for by Lonergan. And he just eases it into his body at the 35-yard line. A 30-yard punt.
And I think the Vikes got pretty close to that punt that time, Gary.
They did have the block on.
Getting a little tough with the numbers now, but I'm going to credit number 51, Drew Gallagher, for getting awfully close.
The ball on the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 Central. Their 4th possession of the football game. You see it pouring. And handled the ball nicely, did Bolts. And Dick, it was Drew Gallagher. You've got better eyes than you think.
In between the raindrops.
Handoff goes to Couples. Couples breaks it and gets all the way up to midfield before he gets smacked by Mike Peters and Mark Bartchak. And that's a gain to the 50-yard line. That's a 15-yard pickup.
Central likes Couples. Put him in there at the fullback spot, and he has done more than an adequate job for him.
That's his 3rd carry of the night for 19 yards. First down for Central is first down number 4 from the 50-yard line. 1st and 10. They got to worry about the clock a little bit. 4:25 is up there. They've used 1 timeout. Here come the penalty flags. Remember, they got hit with 3 consecutive penalties. 1 cost them a touchdown, and the other 2 cost them any chance to continue a drive. So this is their 4th penalty for 30 yards.
If the rain becomes a big factor, Gary, and it has certainly picked up in its intensity now, I think the favorite there, it would favor the Vikes, simply with that running offense, because up to now, Central has stuffed the Whitehall running game.
Oddly enough, Tony told us that he thinks it favors his ball club because the receivers know where they're going.
Well, if the footing doesn't get too bad. Look at this one.
Seneca is going to complete it, as that is a great catch. Down the field, Mike Wookich makes the catch for Central Catholic as Seneca laid it right in his hands. Mike Peters with the coverage, and the ball will be marked down inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line. Richard, a 37-yard gain.
And well done on all accounts, Gary. You're going with 1 receiver. That helps a quarterback so much. Straight drop back, and then you only have one place to look. It's not there, throw it out of bounds. This one right on the money. Nice pass, great catch.
Back-to-back first downs, 1st and 10 from the 18. Busting up his Lonergan. He gets down to the 5-yard line before he's dragged down by Todd Troxel, number 5, along with Chris Demjian. Demjian with the tackle too, but down to the 5-yard line. That's another first down.
Boy, they're hanging on for dear life.
13-yard gain. Back-to-back first downs. Lonergan now 8 carries for 39 yards. First and goal to go from the 5. Lonergan has it. Tried to go outside, and Central would have none of it. As all of a sudden, Big Dan Copen is there, along with Mark Bartchak. It's hard to run around Copen at 6'4", 260, and he was there to just kind of engulf Lonergan, and he has no gain on the play.
Last year, the Vikes went 7-2 in East Penn carry. Both losses in conference in the rain.
That's in the rain for sure. Look how hard it's coming down. A teeming downpour right now. Second and goal to go from the 5. We're inside of 3 minutes. Handoff goes to the fullback, John Couples. Couples barrels forward. Bartchak is there to meet him, along with Kwiatkowski. And where will they mark the football? It looks like they're going to put it as all of a sudden the rain is beating against our window, and we're having some trouble seeing. Dick, I think it's down to the 3, a gain of 2 yards.
Nate Wark, the center, 54, had a great trap block on that play.
From the 3-yard line, third and goal to go. Seneca gives the ball. Is Lonergan in? I don't think so. He just started to lean forward when Copen came in and nailed him and put him right down on the ground at the 1.
Well, here we are, down to this, huh?
Wow, is this a hit?
Looks like he's in. It really does. And just Copen just straightens him up.
Doesn't that referee know we're trying to get a good look?
That's
From the 1-yard line. Timeout's going to be called as Central wants to talk this one over. This is their second timeout, and they are at the 1-yard line. Come on back. Satisfaction at the Hobby Corner, 1628 Tillman Street in Allentown. The Hobby Corner is an authorized Lionel service station. It carries various size trains and accessories. You'll also find a wide assortment of model cars, trucks, airplanes, and rockets. And don't forget, the cake and candy supplies are in stock too. Stop in and browse. You'll be glad you did. Or call 433-6936. Special orders are welcome. The skies have opened up. Let's see if the goal line opens up. Did Lonergan get in? He did. Touchdown. Tomlin Lonergan, a 1-yard touchdown run.
They stayed with the running game. They stayed to the inside, but it was the long aerial from Seneca to Wookich that set it up. Here it is. Their own left side. Good interior blocking. Actually got in pretty easily, Gary.
Tomlin Lonergan. Holding will be Wookich. Dick Lonergan just scored his 11th touchdown of the season as he leads the league in scoring. That extra point attempt is no good. 1 minute and 37 seconds to go in the first half. And this is a 6-0 ball game.
Boy, I was just ready to comment how well they've handled that ball.
Come on back, 6-0 Central. And Lonergan goes over the final yard for the touchdown. And Central Catholic gets on the board first. Whitehall will have about 1 minute and 30 to work with. Here's a punt that stays on the ground, still on the ground, fallen upon by number 30 for Whitehall, Justin Padishaw. And Whitehall will put it in play 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Totally planned by the Viking staff, Gary. They're going to come up short on the kickoff. I believe that, as a matter of fact, it was Lonergan who kicked off. Kicked it short, didn't want to take a chance with the footing.
What Whitehall decides to do, they're certainly going to come up with their 4 wideouts as they have 1 minute and 35 and 2 timeouts to work with. Hudak instead gives it to Freeman. Freeman almost cracks that initial surge from the defensive line as he'll get the ball up to the 25, perhaps the 26. Lonergan is in there to make the tackle. And we've got a Whitehall player down, and he is not getting up at the moment. As this will be a pickup of 4 yards, and it's going to bring up, well, we'll give it 3 and call it 2nd and 7. And while we have a moment, we will bring you another one of our fine sponsors, Decouz Auto Body Shop in North Catasauqua, a family-owned and operated business. They're now celebrating their 50th anniversary in business. Decouz has 24-hour towing and free computerized estimates. Their shop has DuPont certified paint refinishers and a lifetime paint warranty policy. Frame and suspension repairs are done on all model cars. And now DeCoos provides computerized alignments at their new wheel alignment center, located at 1418 Howardtown Road in North Catasauqua. That's DeCoos Auto Body. Still don't know who that is, Rich.
No, I can't pick it up, Gary. What you wonder now, if you're a Zephyr fan, is do they take a chance? 22 and a half minutes of even Steven football. You don't put it up for grabs now, especially the weather conditions we're forced to be under. He's up now.
They will be looking at a 2nd and 7 when play is resumed, and it is number 79, Chris Pelk, 5'11", 205-pound senior. Pelk, of course, is the center on the team, and Dick, that has to worry you some because that's the guy that starts everything.
Yeah, and now a new handoff situation, exchange between quarterback and center.
And you see it's still pouring here at ASD. It seems like every time we come here, we have a rainstorm. J. Bernie Crum Stadium. Next weekend, Friday night, Catasauqua at Bangor. I'll be there, and Dick will try to find it. We'll make sure Dick gets there. We'll pick him up and take him there. It's the only way we can be certain. Paul Plattenberg will be there, too. He loves Bangor. It's close to his hometown.
New press box this year.
And a new press box. So we're looking forward to that trip. 2nd and 7 from the 26-yard line.
I'm looking forward to that game. That could be a real key ball game.
Couples is there to tackle Freeman. Freeman gets the ball to the 28, maybe the 29-yard line. They'll mark it at the 29, a gain of 3. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 3. We're going to give him 4 yards on that kick.
Tough call for the offensive coordinator, Andy Millen, here. That is a tough call.
Well, they made the exchange between center and quarterback nicely, so that's a plus right there. Clock is winding down, 37 seconds to go. Hudak's going to do a little half roll. He fakes the pass. Now he'll throw downfield. It's got a man open. Scrappitz has the football. Scrappitz going to go down at the 45-yard line as Germani comes up to make the tackle, but not before a pickup of 26 yards and a Whitehall first down.
Adam Scrappitz, diminutive, but does the job. Pump fake there, gets a defender up in the air, gives Hudak more time.
Whitehall calls timeout. They'll have it 1st and 10 from the Central Catholic 45-yard line. 26 seconds to go in the first half.
Whitehall receivers have great, sure hands. They are good about looking that ball into their hands.
And again, we have a timeout down on the field, so it gives us a chance to tell you about another one of our fine sponsors. We've got many of those people with us tonight, and as soon as I can find it, we'll talk about it as we rifle through all of the papers that we have. And guess what? We're not going to tell you about D.E. Cressman at the moment. We'll get them a little later in the ball game. Ball is on the 45-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 for Whitehall with 26 seconds to work with.
Don't forget in that timeout, you could, and I'm sure they set up a sequence of plays rather than just one play. Might be going for the home run ball here, Gary.
First and 10. The Zephyrs, the big number, the 26 seconds left to go. Ball fumbled on the snap. And falling on it is Hudak. And the clock will stop. And Whitehall will call another timeout.
I watched the 4 wideouts. Every one of them ran a long pattern. So, yeah, they were going for 6. There's the exchange. Or the mis-exchange. That's number 66 there for the Zephyrs now.
Hey, D.E. Cressman Insurance is with us, Richard. They are at 2130 Walbert Avenue in Allentown. They've been serving the Lehigh Valley for over 45 years. From business and life insurance to car and property, D.E. Cressman has the policy that will work for you. You're more than a customer when you decide to use their services. You become a member of a growing family. D.E. Cressman Insurance Agency. Call them at 433-1568.
That's Joe Reichel at the center now, Gary, number 66, 220-pound senior.
Whitehall is out of timeouts, I believe. They're looking at a 2nd and 10 from the 45. Maybe this is one of those Hail Marys. 21 seconds to go. They want to try to get into field goal territory. Hudak from the shotgun. Back, looking. He's got a lot of running room. Hudak to the 35. Hudak inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. As Hudak will pick up 12 yards before Drew Gallagher is there to hit him, along with Jeff Germani. First down, Whitehall. The clock, 11 seconds, and they're going to set up very quickly. As a nice play by Hudak. He just downs the ball, stops the clock with 8 seconds to go.
He was going to call a play in the line of scrimmage, but instead they were notified by the coach and simply stop it. Now they're asking for more time on that clock.
This is the 8th run by Hudak you're looking at for 28 yards tonight. So the quarterbacks have been very active. No surprise there, Dick. They're both great athletes, Seneca and Hudak. Dick Whitehall has a real dilemma here. They need to get, I would guess, at least 10 more yards and then find a way to stop the clock. So they almost have to throw some sort of out pattern and get out of bounds.
It's going to be tough to score over the middle unless it is all the way.
2nd and 10 after the intentional down of the football. Hudak back, looking. He's looking, he's going down. That should do it as Eric Eisenhardt is in there to make the hit. And that should just about do it. Whitehall can't stop the clock. So the loss will be back to about the 36-yard line or so. And it's going to be a loss of 3, and that's going to end the first half. We're going to put the numbers together, but that's the important one you're looking at. Central 6, Whitehall nothing. A very fine first half of football. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Get Dick Tracy's attention, we'll be able to take a look at the stats.
I'm still looking for Herbie Welsh.
He's chatting a little bit here with Paul Plattenberg. Here are the numbers. Dick, this is one of those ironic nights of statistics. The most important one is 1 completion by Central Catholic.
Yeah, that is the whole show. It really is, Gary. But yet the statistics are not misleading. It's Central with that wing T in the running game. Boop, 111 yards. It's Tony Koch and Zephs going to a spread offense, limiting their rushing game, but then look at the edge and pass it. 9 out of 15, they've already put 15 up. Central puts 3 up, and a big play. One receiver only. Wookich down the sideline, they make the completion.
And Lonergan took it in for the touchdown with 1 minute and 37 seconds to go in the first half. And Dick Whitehall controlling the ball, but they're not controlling the scoreboard.
And that's the one that's surprising a little bit, Gary, because they're not doing it via the run. Instead, it's a short passing game, and then just keeping the ball out of Central's hands a lot.
As we opened our football game with the sad news, the death of Eve Franco last night, you see a memorial to her from the cheerleaders at Whitehall, as Eve's megaphone is right down here along the sideline, and a number of flowers have been set there. Tough night for the Whitehall people.
The Zephyr cheerleading coach, Gary, and she has really kept the kids together. And, you know, it's unfortunate, but you really grow out of something like this.
It will be Central that will get the football to start the second half, and that means Rarick Dodge is with us for the second half kickoff. Prepare for the winter weather with a Dodge Dakota 4x4 from Rarick Dodge in Bath, and save $2,500 on any in-stock 1997 Dakota during the 1997 clearance sale. For a clean deal, come to Bath, come to Rarick Dodge. So again, we often say, Dick, that first sequence by both these teams could prove to be very important here in the second half.
Well, what I was wondering, Gary, from the last play of the first half up to now is, do you do anything differently? You know, both teams have had relative success considering the 1 and 2 defensive teams in the league. You always hold a few plays back, a few plays in reserve, but I wonder if you still attack a defense in the same manner offensively.
Well, Germani, you see him back there along with Lonergan as they will receive the kickoff from Whitehall's Chad Schwank as we get ready for the final 24 minutes.
Tell you what's amazing, that with all that offensive firepower out there, it's the defensive that have stolen the show.
The best runner tonight so far, Lonergan, and he only has 42 yards. That's below his average in a ball game. Of course, it's far from over. And this is going to go out of bounds, and Whitehall didn't want that. And that means that the ball will come out 1st and 10 on the Central Catholic 35-yard line.
Look for Central to pick it up with the running game again. got that lead now, and they would love to be able to control this clock.
As Central will run their 35th play of the football game right here, or the 25th play. Whitehall has run 37 of them. 1st and 10. Matt Seneca is your quarterback, 6'3", 215, and a senior. He's had a good night. 2 carries for 39 yards and a big pass completion for 37 yards. Handoff, Lonergan trying to get outside after him and unable to make the tackle is Peters. Lonergan then cuts it up inside, and coming up to make the hit is number 30 for Whitehall, Justin Pattishaw.
Found a very, very tight formation that time, and then went against it and tried to get Lonergan to go around that corner. Is that a flag out there?
Yeah, there is. There's a penalty flag down. It looks like it's against Central Catholic, so we won't put any numbers in our stat book until we see what the referee, John Gerbino, has to say. It's going to be holding against Central from the point of the foul, and that will take the ball back to the 27-yard line. So a couple of yards to Lonergan before the hold. And the 5th penalty against Central for 40 yards.
Get low! Get low! Come on!
And get another look at it.
Phil! There's a hole.
2nd and 18, or 1st and 18, sorry. Handoff, Lonergan. Boy, he goes nowhere. Oh my, what a stick by the Whitehall defense. And neither one can get up, Dick. They actually are planted. And it's coming up to make that tackle, I think, was George McCool, number 62, 6'2", 195-pound senior. And he literally planted Mr. Lonergan.
You know, it's amazing, but in close quarters along the line of scrimmage, you're seeing such outstanding hits. You know, usually that's all bunched up and about 18 guys, you know.
Loss of a yard brings it back to the 26-yard line. Now it's 2nd and 19 passing situation for Seneca. And he will drop straight back. He'll get rushed. Screen play. Lonergan has the ball. Some running room. He'll cut back. He forces guys to miss all the time. Copen doesn't miss as he puts Lonergan down hard, but not before. Comlin has the gain all the way up to the 38-yard line. That's a pickup of 12.
That's a great call, Central. And watch this good job by Copen. Uh-oh, somebody didn't block me. There he comes back. Recovers from not being blocked, and he's going to get in on the tackle.
So 3rd and 7 for Central Catholic. In fact, actually closer to 8 yards. The ball on the 37-yard line. Seneca's going to roll to his left, fire downfield, and it's dropped. The ball was caught and then dropped. Casey Williams, the intended receiver. Adam Scrappet's there to separate Mr. Williams from the football.
They come with Walters on a blitz this time, and he just, there you see him trailing it. And maybe Seneca, perfect timing there. Just didn't hang on. Pretty good hit, Scrappet.
Seneca will punt it away to Caesar. Seneca will be punting for the 4th time tonight. He averaged 43.7 yards in the first half. That's pretty good numbers. Good snap, no rush. Seneca gets off a high punt. This one should be returned. 25-yard line. Caesar looking for a hole. He'll get about 7 or so, maybe 8 before he's put down. The punt, 38 yards. Tackle made on the play by Cardine and Gallagher.
So the Zephyrs withstand the first offensive thrust of the second half and are able to get away from the advantage that the Vikes had in receiving the ball to begin the second half.
1st and 10 from the 32-yard line for Whitehall. Their quarterback will be Chris Hudak. In the backfield, James Freeman. And this time they have Walters back in there at fullback as they'll run out of the I formation. Rob Walters is the up back. Freeman following Walters. Freeman's going to get some good hard yards as he'll get out over the 35. Out to about the 36-yard line. Looks like he got 4 yards. Couples, Gallagher, and Ludy are all there to make the tackle.
That was one of Whitehall's better running plays, Gary. They got the penetration off their own right side. Walters leading, Freeman following.
Gain of 4. It's been a tough night for James Freeman. 10 carries, 20 yards. From the 36. Keeping Hudak, running Hudak. Hudak's got the first down as he gets the ball close to the 45-yard line. Tackle on the play by Scott Ludy. They're going to mark it right at the 45, a gain of 9, Dick.
Boy, it is amazing what these spread offenses have done. I tell you, you have that defensive end talking to himself. Corner's going to be playing off. He doesn't know what to do. You'll see it here. It's almost naked right there. You catch him pinching down just a little bit, and boy, there's a big hole between Whiteout and the tight end spot.
First down number 10 by Whitehall. Well, they lead in almost all the offensive numbers right now, except the one on the scoreboard, as Gerbino is going over to talk something over with Jim Morgans, and I think it has something to do with the clock.
Yeah, I believe so.
And this is where we always like to have somebody along the sidelines. But Scott Barr is not down there tonight, and we're going to just have to guess a little bit as to what. It has something to do with the clock, we know that. And the situation explained to both coaches. And for some reason the clock is stopped here. All right. Now they'll start the clock. Almost fumbled on the snap. And just turning and getting the ball to Freeman was Hudak. As Gallagher makes the tackle, the gain is into Central Territory, the 49. That's a gain of 6.
And Chris Pelk has not returned to the lineup yet at the center position, Gary. So the Zephyrs are going to go with, I believe, 66.
66 for Central Catholic is Joe Reichel, 6'2", 220. He is a senior. From the 49, second and 4. There is a play that misfires and then refires.
He's going to pitch it with both hands, and I'm not sure he feels he has control, so he just really spirals it out there. I don't know, maybe he thought he wanted to clear him a little bit more to the side.
Well, they gain another 6 yards on the play. Dramani in on the tackle. As Whitehall putting together a pretty nice drive here early on.
3 straight times now they've gone left, Gary.
From the Central 43, first down number 11, and here we go again. As again the clock stops and now it runs. Having some problems keeping the clock moving the way it looks. We always have that problem. It rains and the clock doesn't run correctly. One good thing, we don't have any flies tonight. Handoff goes to Freeman. Boy, is that a hard run. Tough run by James Freeman. Dominic Cardine is there to make the tackle, but not before Freeman gets the ball down to the 35, inside the 35-yard line. We're going to give him 8.
And Zep's going back to their original offensive set, and that's the I formation with Walters leading and Freeman making some good yardage.
Well, you get the feeling that Tony Coca talked about pride a little bit with that offensive line. He just decided to come out and run it down Central's throat, as he has run 5 consecutive running plays, picked up a couple of first downs, and he's looking at second and short again. Here's a pass play as they flip the ball out to Chad Schwank. Hudak is going to get another first down as Schwank will be tackled at the 30 by Lonergan, and that will be a pickup of 5 yards, first down number 12.
Boy, I think this is one of the major changes in the national football scene, Gary. Second and 2, pound it. You got 2 downs to pound it. Instead, the coach's philosophy now turns, hey, let's get a little bit of surprise in there.
10 for 16 for 133 yards. That's what Hudak has done tonight. From the 30, and we got whistles, so hold everything. They're going to talk this one over before the play even starts. 6:45 on the clock, third period. And we're going to get procedure against Whitehall. Third penalty, 25 yards. And that hurts the drive, especially when you're doing it on the ground, in the air, back to the 35.
When you've begun to establish a running game, and the Zepps have here in the second half, you don't need those 5-yarders to take it from you.
Scott Spielman doing his usual fine job on replay tonight. Kathy Nylon on graphics. She never makes a mistake anymore. Glenn Ramelli on audio, and we have another flag. This could be against Whitehall. Of course, they're all very comfortable in the truck down there. We have a lot of damp camera people outside. Jim Frick, Mike Trombetta, Jill Christopher, and I missed somebody. John Gaughan. Joe Mascari somewhere. Where is he? Joe's on the bucket. All right, so he is behind the goalpost, up high. The rain hits him first. Another 5-yard penalty. Whitehall now looking at a 1st and 20. Dick, these are drive killers, these penalties. Try to get the penalties back on this play. See if they can pick up 10. They're not going to get it there. It's coming up. Germani very quickly closing in on Peters. And it's a complete pass, but it's going to lose a yard.
Peters did well to cradle that ball with his body there and protect. Germani really coming. Are we having clock trouble again?
Boy, we're having some kind of problem because the clock is not running, and it should be. That was a completed pass, and the clock just keeps stopping here at J. Bernie Crum. So again, John Gerbino is going to have to go over and talk things over and probably want to talk to the press box if he can. I don't know whether they have communications down there.
That guy used to walk up and down the sidelines that communicated with the clock operator. And then, of course, any malfunction, he would simply take over, and then it would be the duty would be lateral out to the officials, and they'd keep the charge of it. I tell you, if I'm sitting on a 6-0 lead, I don't like this clock being stopped.
And
like
Jim
this
Morgans doesn't like it. You just got to look at him. Jim's sporting a goatee this year, Dick. He looks very contemporary.
That's what he looks
well,
like.
angry, but contemporary. Now the clock starts as it should have been running 6 minutes to go, 3rd period. Whitehall looking at a 2nd and 20. Hudak over the middle. Oh, it's caught. Nice catch. Chad Schwank. I think they're handling it like it's a dry ball, that's for sure.
Well, they're so sticky with their hands, Gary. I haven't seen a bunch of receivers do so much with their hands in receiving. A lot of people cradle them to protect.
14-yard gain. Cardine in on the tackle.
Pretty good protection for Hudak.
Gain is down to the 27-yard line. Whitehall now looking at a 3rd and about 7. Rolling right. Hudak looking, going down.
Play,
good defensive play by Lonergan. He was blitzing from his outside corner spot, and Lonergan puts down Hudak. The loss is all the way back to the 38-yard line, and that is a loss of 11.
Hudak has done a great job with his feet, but Lonergan just hemmed him in. Big defensive surge for the Vikes.
Dick, this is one of those bend and not break nights for the Central defense. And the punt. Did Lonergan touch it? I don't think he did. And some may question whether he had an opportunity to catch it. Is it a Whitehall touchdown? Hold everything. Well, this is going to be somewhat controversial. I don't know if Lonergan touched it. I don't know whether they gave him an opportunity to catch it. Is it going to be a Whitehall touchdown?
You hit green, the ball's loose, Whitehall picked it up, first down White. Right,
We got the beanbag we're supposed to be.
The beanbag will mark the ball. Whitehall's going to get the football, Dick.
So he had to
They're going to call a fumble. They're going to call a muff on Lonergan.
Yeah, that's the key word.
And Whitehall's going to get the ball back. Here's the punt. Watch closely because it was not apparent to me whether Lonergan touched it or not. And you won't see it there. I actually think, Dick, he may have been interfered with in trying to catch the football.
That's what I expected.
Watch it again. You get a much better angle here. Watch if he's interfered with trying to catch the ball. That looked like it did hit his foot, but I think Todd Troxell got in his way. But Whitehall will take it any way they can. Hand off to Freeman, and Freeman is down inside the 10, down to about the 8-yard line. Whitehall got it on the 13-yard line. Ludi in on the tackle. So a big turnover, and it hit off the back of the foot of Lonergan. And the only question was whether Troxell ran into him and didn't give him a chance to catch the ball. 2nd and 7, gain of 3. Keeping Hudak, pitching back to Freeman. Does he have the corner? No, he doesn't have it. Great pursuit Casey Williams there to make the tackle. Freeman's going to lose some yardage.
Casey Williams, along with Couples on this defensive surge, takes the option right away. Played Hudak well and played the pitchman well.
And the loss is back to the 14, a loss of 5. Another look.
Boy, did they pursue nicely. Oh, give some more credit in there.
That's one that the coaching staff of Central will look at closely this Monday to see whether or not they have a legitimate complaint. Right now, Whitehall looking at 3rd and long, 3rd and 11. You know they're coming after Hudak. 2-step drop. He's going to fire the fade pattern into the end zone. Good coverage by Central Catholic as Germani is there to keep the ball away from Adam Scrappitz. It's just an incomplete pass.
The fade pattern, straight drop back, one-on-one.
So it's going to be Chad Schwank who will come in to attempt the field goal. And Schwank's field goal will be about 31 yards. Holding for Whitehall is Scrappitz. Down, kick is up. The kick is perfect. Boy, that's right through the center of the uprights. Whitehall is on the board, 2 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the 3rd period. And Whitehall has a field goal of 31 yards out of Chad Schwank, 6'3", Central. Come on back. Time is Cardine. And Cardine has it strung out a little bit. We see Mark Barchak there to make the hit along with Mike Peters. A lot of 4s, 44 and 4.
Now you see the stable of backs coming in. Idea of fresh backs on offense, and Central with that tight formation definitely going to, try to control it with the running game.
No gain on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and a long 5. The ball on the 41. Clock winding down in the 3rd period. 1:35 to go. Passing situation for Seneca. No, they're going to give the ball right up the gut, and they're not going to get the first down. Carrying the football was Cardine. Cardine will go down as he will only get to the 43. Todd Troxel is there, a gain of 3, and it's going to bring up a 4th and 2.
And you wonder about the absence of Flanagan in that backfield there, or are they simply alternating backs?
And Seneca will punt for the 5th time tonight. It's a low punt. It is the kind that you like to return, but Central gets down there quickly, and Caesar lets it go as the ball will be whistled dead at the Whitehall 15-yard line. Another punt in the 40s, 41 yards by Seneca.
And credit Seneca on that. That ball one hopped back to him. Slick grass, slick ball. Got off the low trajectory this time. And again, no way for the rundown. Vikes get the hop and some extra yardage.
So the Central defense on the field again. Whitehall has run a bunch of plays tonight. 47, 50, 51 plays by Whitehall in tonight's ball game. Look, how about Army 2 weeks ago? They ran 100 plays. 100. Hudak gives the ball to Freeman. Oh my, what a stick. As coming up was Cardine and Seagreaves, and I think Seagreaves was the first to meet him.
New formation, new set for the Whitehall here. Instead of putting the fullback up in front, they put him in motion for the same blocking effect, but Vikes again, boy, they have played strong defensive football.
16th carry of the night by Freeman for 39 yards. Whitehall was 62 yards on the ground. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9 from the 16. Walters in motion. Good fake, Hudak. Now he's in trouble. He's going down as the quarter will come to a close. Another Central Catholic sack. This one led by Drew Gallagher, Scott Luty. There's going to be a loss on the play as they'll mark it back at the 12-yard line. A loss of 4, so Whitehall is going to be looking at 3rd and long when we come back.
Sequence of plays is alluded to by a lot of people. You saw the sequence there. They set it up with fullback in motion and then dive and follow the fullback. There's no room to go on that naked bootleg.
Dick, the ball back on the 11. Whitehall looking at 3rd and 14. They're in a tough situation. They certainly don't want to punt from here and give Central great field position, and yet they've got to be very careful about the turnover. And they want to try to get the first down because they don't want to punt from there.
Yeah, the last part I wonder about, do you want to get a first down here? You know, you do, of course, with the scoreboard, but at the same time, I'm watching Demian snapping down here in the sideline. You got to be ready for the punt. I'm almost willing to bet that Whitehall would settle for a punt here.
Well, we'll see. Is the ball back on the 11-yard line, and they'll come out with their 4 wideouts, and they'll go shotgun. So it looks like they're going to try to pick up these 14 yards. Hudak looks over the D. 2-step drop, fires over the middle. Oh, my, that's what you didn't want. The 41, John Couples, is going to go into the end zone. Great play by the defense, and Central Catholic, Dick, forces the turnover. They get the big play out of their defensive unit.
Well, now what about my call?
Makes your call look much better.
No, you know, you're talking about playing it not totally safe, Gary, but maybe moderately safe and run a square out or something like that, look for the first down marker, and then rely on your defense. Hey, last time you got that punt.
I want to see that play one more time and see how far John Couples runs for the touchdown. As he steps right up, we got a timeout down on the field, and from that angle, I have no idea how far he ran, but Central Catholic is going to call a timeout here. And I'll just go to Scott Spielman. I know he'll look at the play one more time down there and tell me how many yards John Couples went for the touchdown for Central. 11:51 on the clock, and Central is now up by a 12-3 score, and that one is a backbreaker. Here's Hudak, slow motion, firing over the middle. Dickey just never saw Couples.
Couples from a linebacker dropping into zone coverage, and he was right there. I had him right on the yard mark, Gary, so maybe 19 or 20.
Dick, I think it's 25 yards.
You're even counting steps.
I think he went 25 yards there for the touchdown. That's what we're going to give him.
Now what do we see here, 1 or 2?
I think that's the first interception given up this year by Hudak.
Yeah, you're right.
Dick, with a 9-point lead, I would think you would go for, well, I don't know, 2, I guess.
Yeah, that forces 8 and 3. They're going for 1.
Eisenhart in to kick the extra point. I think that's the right decision. You go up by 10. And it forces them, Dick, to get a touchdown and a field goal just to tie. If you don't get the 2-point conversion, you're in a little bit of trouble. 13-3 now is the score on the extra point by Eisenhart. And we're going to take another look at the interception and the touchdown. Firing right there. And again, it looked like 25 yards where he caught it. So we're going to call it 25-yard touchdown run. That's a huge play for Central Catholic. And now Whitehall, Dick, is going to be forced to really play giddy-up football. They're going to have to go after
catch up. 2 scores. No matter how you look at it, it's 2 scores. Boy, Central can't say enough about their defense, Gary. 2 big plays that were both touchdown makers, but the steady defense. And it looks like Lonergan's going to be kicking off again, which could mean some kind of squib shorter.
Score 13-3. You see the numbers. It's been a hard-fought football game tonight. Both teams have played well. Whitehall offense has played well. They just can't get in the end zone. So Lonergan kicks it off, and he'll kick it to Peters. Peters will collect it at about the 16-yard line, and he'll go down at around the 30. Tackled on the play by Matt McGeehan. Whitehall football, 1st and 10. I think they're going to mark it at the 32-yard line.
You know, you haven't seen many most notable plays for the Vikes tonight. I think that would fall in Whitehall's direction, but those that you've seen, like that Wookich, that kickoff, wow. He really split there. The long pass in the first half, of course, the INT right here.
4 wideouts. Whitehall now has to look at clock and scoreboard. 11:33 to go in the football game. They're down by 10. Back to pass. Hudak's going down. There's Whitehall all over him now. Central, they know he's going to throw. Ed Strauss is in there to make the tackle.
Now you see him, that interior really teeing off. You're not asking your linebackers as much to support a run. They'll be dropping off.
No gain on the play.
This is when most people go to that nickel package or even that dime package sometimes. 5 and 6 defensive backs.
Dick, you just pin your ears back here and go after Hudak. You know they're going to have to throw the ball. And that's what Central is doing. 2nd and 10 from the 32. Hudak fires the ball out right into Schwank's hands, and Schwank is right into Lonergan's hands. And he goes right down.
And Central also playing that pretty smart, guys. Give the reception. Don't even challenge the reception. Just be there to meet it when the catch is made. Lonergan sinking tackle all the way here.
Gain of 2. 3rd and 8. 13 for 21 for 148 yards and 1 interception. That's been the night so far for Hudak. Ball on the 34. And Whitehall has to get to the 42. Big 3rd down here for the Zephyrs. Back to throw. Hudak looking. He's going to run into trouble again. The green shirts kind of surround him, and again, it is Ed Strauss who makes the tackle along with Nate Wark.
Well, another fine defensive stand by Central.
No gain.
There's the pressure. Tries to get out of the tackle and the clamp.
Notice how they keep him in the pocket, Dick. They don't let him go outside. So here is the punt by Whitehall. Luke Bolts punts it away. Fair catch is called for by Lonergan at the 39-yard line, a 26-yard punt. And Central will get the football and probably start working clock.
Yeah, they look to the rear now with the clock at their backs to be their ally.
Ball is just shy of the 40-yard line. 1st and 10 for Central. Central Catholic's going to call timeout on the field. And we'll keep it right here. Remind you that next Friday night, 9 o'clock, Dick and I sit around and we talk very quickly. As that half hour flies by this week in sports, we'll give you highlights of this week's games, and that means 3 games. As we had Easton Becca last night, we had Lafayette this afternoon against Bucknell, and a heartbreaking loss by the Leopards. And I was just getting ready to sing. I thought I was being told to burst into song there. And of course this ball game. So till we get through the highlights of 3 games, Dick, go over all the scores from this week, go over the standings, have you criticize my top 10. Till we do all of that, we talk about Notre Dame, you throw a tantrum, the show's over.
And next week we'll add to that. You'll criticize the Yankees. So tell your director to extend it for 3 more minutes so you get all the barbs in.
You talk about the Yankees and the Notre Dame, the man gets ugly.
Man.
He gets ugly. It's 1st and 10 Central. The ball on the 40-yard line. The up back gets the football, and that is going to be John Couples. He's not going anywhere. Both these teams can play defense. Tackle made by Jason Pattishaw.
Looking forward to when that clock changes on the daylight saving time there. I'd sit in the house in darkness and, less people disturb me.
Like anybody would come visit you.
Somebody did when he dropped the broom off after the Philadelphia Phillies sweep. I kept that broom just so they know it.
Oh, I feel sorry for Mary. 2nd and 10 from the 40. Keeping Seneca. As he just runs the reverse and naked reverse as he's out in front of everybody as Copeland and Troxel are there to make the tackle. Seneca gets the ball up to the 44-yard line. Or gain. We'll see where they mark it. I think they're going to give him 4. We're going to call it 3rd and 6.
That was the old bootleg play, Gary. It's one of my nutty ideas, but I think when you add that dimension of Seneca, option off that wing tee, oh heavens, he is a threat.
He had a lengthy touchdown run called back tonight. As he has carried 3 times for 43 yards. from the 44. 3rd and 6. Inside handoff, Lonergan. Lonergan has the first down, I think, as he's still on his feet. Look at that movement by the wedge of blockers by Central Catholic. Mike Peters on the tackle, along with Adam Scrapp. It's first down, Vikes.
This is the old inside comeback, off the motion. Reverse direction, inside handoff. Picks his seam, and then it's some nifty running, shaking tacklers. And he will not be denied in that first down.
Dick, would you believe that that is the first down of the second half by the Vikings? And yet they have the scoreboard all to themselves, 13-3. Nice run as to the outside is Germani, but it's coming back.
Yeah,
boy, somebody got hit hard on the sidelines there. That young lady really went down as she maybe took the hardest hit of the night, but she's smiling. She bounces up, and I sure hope she didn't hurt that right knee of hers. She's doing a little taping or something for somebody.
Came back.
Not one of ours.
Walk it off.
If you hit one of us, you pay the price. Take another look, and we'll see if we can pick up the penalty. It's a hold.
Yeah, when the umpire comes up with that automatic.
6 penalty, 50 yards. That won't make Jim Morgan's real happy. As the ball set back to the 39-yard line. So 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage. Brings up a 1st and 21. Shaking off a tackler. Lonergan never goes down on the first hit. McCool was there to make the tackle. Comlin gets up after his 15th carry of the night.
Boy, they put Wookich very wide, Gary. And if you catch that Whitehall end pinching, and he keeps off that, a lot of room for Seneca to run on this side. There's the clock again.
You know, if you look at these statistics, Dick, as a 2nd and 17, you look at these statistics, you would never guess that this is a 13-3 Central lead. They only have 56 yards out of Lonergan tonight. He's worked for every one of those. Passing the football, they're 2 for 5 for 49 yards. They have only 7 first downs compared to Whitehall, and they have 12. But they've got a 13-3 lead, and the big play, of course, John Couples' interception. 25-yard return for the touchdown just minutes ago. Seneca penalty flag. I think this one's coming back no matter what Matt Seneca does. He's finally going to go down. Good tackle by Troxel. Todd Troxel in on the hit. Penalty flag was thrown right down below us. It's going to be against, and the clock continues to run.
Now the clock's running.
Well, the Whitehall coaching staff is livid. That clock just continues to run, even with the penalty. So the clock has been a major disturbance tonight. And you know it's against Central by Eric Eisenhardt's reaction. Illegal motion. Dick, I would think they would decline this one.
They are. Getting a signal from the staff on the sideline.
Actually, they lost 2 yards on the play.
You know, Gary, you talked about the numbers sticking out. You would think Whitehall's on the 13 end and the Vikes on the 3 end, but yet if you flash back and recall to your memory, only 4 plays stand out, you know, that you can see, and they're all in Central's favor.
Good point, Dick. You're absolutely correct. Whitehall has moved the ball 30 to 30, but they have had trouble inside the 30. In motion, Lonergan. He'll come back the other way. And that's where Seneca will go. He'll roll to that side. He'll tuck it under. Put his head down, barrel forward, spin. Copen will put him down, big number 77. As Seneca gets up to the 47, he'll pick up 6.
You know, they show pass guy. I'm not sure there's any intention at all to pass on this play.
I agree with you. I think this is run all the way. Central will give the ball back to Whitehall.
Well, he is a load.
2:15 headed to Penn State. Wonder what position he'll play. I would think he's going as a quarterback. Of course, Joe recruits a lot of quarterbacks. Turns them into all kinds of animals.
That's only to get you in the dorm.
Almost blocked. Are we going to get a flag? We are. Seneca gets run into, and this is coming back. And Central Catholic, with a 15-yard penalty, will get a first down. They needed 14 or 13. Here's another look.
Well, the Zepps go for the block.
Nice job by the Zepps' Barchak. He didn't run into him, but somebody else did.
Well, it was his man that pushed him into it. It had been a central one block it, it'd have been all right.
This will be the 5th penalty against Whitehall for 45 yards. More importantly, this is going to be a Central first down. 15-yard penalty.
At least 3 more plays for them to run off that clock.
First down number 8. The ball down to the 38-yard line. And that one should put a finish perhaps on Whitehall's chances of coming back. Germani bumps to the outside. Walters has a hold of him. Walters puts him down along with Kwiatkowski, I believe.
Boy, Walters has been a horse on defense.
Gain of a couple. Ball to 36. You see the clock. 13-3 Vikes. So they appear poised to force somebody to knock them off for the East Penn Conference Championship. Almost everybody, Dick, is in agreement. They don't think anybody's going to go undefeated in this league. Rob Walters with the tackle.
Well, Tony Coca says that enough.
Gain of a yard. 3rd and 7 for the Vikings.
Oh, look at that clock tick. And you're down there in defense and you look up and you're looking right at it.
Whitehall next week has Liberty. That I don't think will be an easy task. Liberty's playing pretty well. Seneca again on the reverse. Boy, he puts his head down, his shoulder down, rolls over Mike Peters. Seneca is down as Bolts is also there to hit. Down to the 26-yard line. That's good enough for a first down, a gain of 9.
Yeah, look at the Vikes next 3 too, Gary. Deerhoff home, Liberty away, improving, and then Parkland at home. So they got a tough threesome. And then Whitehall doesn't have a picnic either. Liberty, Parkland, and Easton.
We are looking ahead, too, at that Parkland Central game. Saturday, October 11th. We'll be there for that one. And we have Deerhoff Liberty coming up, too, in a couple of weeks. And that one should be a pretty good football game. And, in fact, 3 weeks.
Yeah, and I guess we should make mention in the Deerhoff breath about Tosh Riddick last night. Another record. Boy, that one's being worn out this year.
Of course, Deerhoff Liberty is going up against Southern Lehigh and Caddy, so we may have to make a big decision that night, depending on how
Caddy
big that one might be. Penalty brings the ball back as it's back on the 42-yard line. 3rd and 14 for Central. Good hit, but Couples doesn't go down. Now he does. Whitehall wants a timeout. Peters is in on the tackle. McCool is in on the tackle. Whitehall will stop the clock.
Like simply protecting the ball now. Coming out in a double tight end set. Wingback lines help block interior. Tell you, Gary, more and more I see Seneca on those rollouts. High stepper, big stepper, tough to bring down.
It's going to be a tough defeat for Whitehall to take, Dick, because I think they had a game plan. They came in and it worked well. It just didn't work well inside the 20-yard line.
Yep, the red zone was their big enemy.
Central, they just have been tough all night long as they got that first touchdown on a good 65-yard drive. And, of course, the one big pass completion to Wookich from Seneca in the first half, the only one they completed for 37 yards. And then they just turned it over to Lonergan, and he took it down with in that drive, Lonergan gained 28-30, 33 yards in the drive. He gets the final yard for the touchdown. All Whitehall has to show is a 31-yard field goal by Chad Schwank.
It's pretty typical Central, though, Gary, from what we've been seeing, except they had to go to that long pass with Wookich, which we've seen it in the past, but it hasn't been such a necessity in the past.
Seneca's going to punt. Caesar is back to receive it. And Central's going to have to get a guy on the field as Cardine comes in and gets himself set. Seneca with a low spiral that will bounce down and be downed by number 21, Victor Montes. And it's right at the 5-yard line, a 38-yard punt by Seneca.
Look at that punt. Number 1 keeps it away from the guy who's trying to run it back. Number 2 puts it inside the 5. That's a defensive weapon.
So here's Whitehall's task. They got to go 95 yards, score once, and then try to find a way to score again. As Victor Montes, the sophomore, 5'10", 155, downs the football at the 5. So Hudak looking at a 1st and 10 from the 5. It's a draw play to Freeman, pretty good hole. And he gets through the hole. Nice job by Freeman, tackled by Wookich. But not before he gets the ball out close to the 20-yard line. I think they're going to mark it at the 19. That's a gain of 14.
And that brings to mind one other important cog in that Central defense. Okay, they are tough around the ball with their linebackers, but they got some secondary. Those guys are sure tacklers. So they don't give up the long play.
13th first down by Whitehall. The gain to the 20-yard line. Back to throw, Hudak. He's going to fire over the middle. Almost caught. Good defensive play by Cardine. The pass was intended for Schwank. Cardine got there just when the ball got there. Incomplete.
Cardine with a good individual coverage, but it was Couples who dropped back deep into the zone and forced Hudak probably to just put a little higher than he wanted to get it over his head.
Clock stop, 3:26 to go. Again, the pro set, only this time they have 2 sets in the backfield. Walters will stay in the block. Fire over the middle, caught by Freeman, and he's put right down by John Couples. Freeman gets the ball to the 24-yard line. He picks up 4.
Well, John Couples has certainly been noticeable tonight from his linebacking spot.
3rd and 6 from the 24. Inside of 3 minutes. Scrappets out wide to the right side. Schwank is in the slot on the left side. Big 3rd down play. Hudak back, firing. Good catch. What a catch. Stretched out is Chad Schwank. Catches the football. Coverage by Cardine.
Good job, Hudak, staying in the pocket. Central not really worried about a big rush. They're dropping off for zone coverage. And you're going to see Schwank make a beautiful catch. And again, all hands, Gary.
17 yards. First down, number 14.
See that Central D keeps everything in front of them, though?
15 for 24 for 169 yards. Those are the numbers tonight for Hudak. Right off. 5-step drop. Hudak gets rid of it to Walters. Walters getting chased by Eisenhart. Look at Eisenhart. Dick run him down. Wow. Lonergan also in to help. Eisenhart at 230. He was like a runaway truck.
They wanted to go on a hitch and go with Peters, Gary. Not there, so he just kicks it off to his safety valve. Happens to be Walters. Now watch the defense. Defense closes. Good pursuit by Eisenhart.
With
and
all
Lonergan
of that,
finishes up.
They get a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. 2:07 to go. Whitehall down by 10. Thanks to Paul Plattenberg. He put in a full day today, doing a lot of pointing and looking and picking out tacklers, and did a fine job both in the Lafayette-Bucknell game and in tonight's football game. And Paul will be joining us next Friday night when we have Caddy Bangor. Caddy won big last night, Dick. No problem with Wilson.
No problem at all.
Bangor didn't have any problems last night either, so those two are geared up. Bangor with a loss is going to be like a hungry animal next week against Caddy.
Well, how about they ran 2 plays in the first quarter and had 21 points? They scored 2 defensively.
That doesn't sound right or fair or legal. From the 42, Whitehall will put it in play. Whitehall has 1 timeout left. Central has 1 timeout left. Second and 9. Hudak wants to go long. Fires over the middle. It's intercepted. Good catch by Central. John Couples. Couples steps in front again. His second interception of the night.
Now that's a linebacker, Gary. Dropping back. I'm going to count it off. 25 yards.
So John Couples comes up with 2 big defensive plays tonight. One's a touchdown. The other one stops any chance of Whitehall coming back. As Central will have it first and 10 on the 35. Whitehall can only stop the clock once. Minute and 58 to go.
Tell you, both teams playing a very solid game plan. Tony thought he'd have to open up a little bit. He did. Jimmy Morgan said we're going to go with what we've been going with and use Seneca just a little bit more as a runner.
Imagine Rich Snizak is somewhere in the audience tonight, don't you think?
I would think so.
Lonergan has the ball. Lonergan's going to get 5 yards on the carry. Before he's tackled by Kwiatkowski.
Yeah, that's right. To keep some of these coaches' predictions correct, Parkland has to get dumped, and then someone has to dump Central along the way. Boy, would you have a log jam then, huh? Possible 5-way log jam. And there's no playoffs, so that's 5 trophies.
Gee, well,
glad Joe Craig's not around to put out anymore.
We're going to realign the league if we have 5 co-champions. A lot of talk today in the paper about realignments and people upset with new alignments. We're just happy to walk into a stadium every Friday and Saturday and catch a good football game. Dan Kopanen on the tackle.
Did our director say?
Yeah, the truck trying to upset my analyst up here. The ball carrier, I think, was Germani. Germani picked up a yard.
And if he keeps it up, I may need an analyst.
Rick Gio, our director, had a good line. In fact, it bears repeating. He said that the Yankees are going to be in the Blue Mountain League next year. I don't think they could win that league.
Are you becoming rude also, Mr. Lomo?
It's been a long day.
Yeah.
Timeout. That's the final one by Whitehall. And with 1:10 to go, if Central gets the next 4 yards, they'll maintain possession of the football, and this one will be over.
I only have one thing to say. I'm out of here.
Unlike Phil Rizzuto, Dick does work till the end of the game.
I have no bridges to cross.
Yeah, that's ready to go. Put it back into play. Central, I'm sure, will be rather conservative here, and much as they want to pick up this first down and call it a night. Well, who else? Try Lonergan, and he's got the first down. Comlin with unofficially his 17th carry of the evening. He'll get the ball up to the 47-yard line. He'll pick up 6 yards. Walters is there. Barchak is there. I've got him for 67 yards. Not a great Comlin Lonergan night, Dick, but as he worked hard.
Yeah, you won't see the big numbers being put up by the Vikes. There won't be a lot of ink required for those things tomorrow, but you saw the 1 and 2 defensive teams ranked in the EPC, and boy, you got a great glimpse of them.
Jim Morgans is going to, I think, be very proud of his football team. They played hard-nosed, tough football tonight, as did Whitehall, and these two teams are going to have a lot of respect for each other when this one comes to a close. Senegal just put his knee down, and the Vikes will watch the clock run down. He'll probably have to do that one more time. And this one will be a huge W on the Central Catholic side. There was no scoring in the first quarter. The only touchdown in the first half, the only points in the first half came at 1:37. Lonergan with a 1-yard run, his 11th touchdown of the year. And Central went into the locker room at halftime with a 6-0 score. Whitehall came back and got a 31-yard field goal out of Chad Schwank. The second time they touched the ball on a rather controversial play. And it was 6-3 with 2:55 to go in the third. And then the big play by John Couples on an intercepted pass over the middle. He catches it at the Whitehall 25 and takes it into the end zone. And Central Catholic is going to win this game tonight by a 13-3 score. Dick, any final thoughts?
Yeah, you pointed out the plays, and as I said before, there were 4 that really stuck out, and they were all made by the Vikings. Gary, I thought more than anything else, I see the word team epitomized tonight. You know, everything was a team tackle, a team rush, a team block. You saw individuals, but it was no way an individual game. I just thought it was a great football game, and certainly played under adverse conditions. And boy, they showed some people some fine East Penn football.
It was that. Our hats off to both of these teams for giving us a fine night of high school football. Next Friday night, Catasauqua will travel to Bangor. We'll travel there too. We hope you travel with us. 9 o'clock this week in sports, 9:30. High school football. For Dick Tracy, my compatriot. For Paul Plattenberg, the spotter. For Rick Kehoe and the entire gang, a job very well done today. My thanks to all of you for watching. For all of us at RCN4 Sports, I'm Gary Laubach. We'll see you next time right here.